Hello, my name is CJ Lovik, and I would like to ask those of you who are followers of Yeshua HaMashiach a simple question. If you were to summarize the gospel of Jesus the Christ in one single verse, what verse would you rely upon? The question is most often answered by a recitation of John 3:16, where it says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life." It is no surprise that this is the most popular verse in the Bible and has been memorized by millions of Christians. It is considered by many to be the gospel in a nutshell, revealed by Yeshua himself. Now let's ask another question that may seem elementary and obvious. What does "for God so loved the world" actually mean? I do not have to guess what the answer to this question is, as I have asked dozens of Christians, including pastors and Bible teachers, what it means, and with very few exceptions, the answers I have received go something like this: God loved the world so much. But is this what Jesus was intending us to hear? In order to answer this question, we need to investigate the Greek word that was translated "so" back in the 16th and 17th century when the New Testament, including this verse, was first translated into English. It is only when you discover the meaning of the Greek word auto, that was translated "so," as in God so loved the world, and then investigate what the word "so" meant at the time it was translated from the Greek to the English, that you find the answer. Fortunately for us, the answer is also found when we look at John 3:14, just 2 verses earlier, where we read, "And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up." If I were to ask you what the word "so" meant in John 3:14, I dare say most, if not all of you, would get it right the first time, as you would understand exactly what it meant. Obviously, the word "so" means "in the same way" or "like so." It does not mean "so much," and this is consistent with the original meaning of the Greek, as the word auto, translated into English, means "like so." Let's see if this clarification works in John 3:14. As Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, like so, or in the same way, or in this way, the Son of Man will be lifted up. Obviously, this is the correct meaning. Now let's see what happens when we translated the "so" in John 3:16 as "like so," or "in this way," or "in the same manner," instead of "so much." Listen carefully to the sea change that happens when this verse is translated based on how they would have translated the word "so" at the time the first translation was made into English. Instead of "for God so loved the world," it would be translated, "This is the way God loved the world." Instead of "God loved the world so much," it should read, "God loved the world like so," or "in this way." Now we need to ask, which way did God love the world? The answer is in John 3:14. Just like Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, in the same way the Son of Man is going to be lifted up. John 3:16 is not about how much God loved the world, but it's all about the way in which God loved the world. The gospel, in a nutshell, needs to be put into full context in order for us to understand how God loved the world. The centerpiece of the good news is that God sent his Son to accomplish our salvation by dying on a wooden cross, where he was lifted up in order that we might look and live, just as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, in order that those who would otherwise perish from the venomous poison of a serpent might look upon the brazen serpent on the wooden pole and live. In this gospel of the cross of Christ, we are to be in no doubt about the way in which God loved the world. The only way, the one way, the way that excludes all other ways. God's wrath is satisfied by the blood sacrifice of his only begotten Son, the Son of Man and the Son of God. And in the how God saved us is hidden the how much God loved us. In John 15:13 we read, "Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends." And in Romans 5:8, the Apostle Paul puts it so beautifully, But God commendeth his love toward us, in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us.
Well, as always, thank you for watching this video. We invite you to subscribe to our channel, share this video. You'll be informed of new videos that we put out on the channel. We also want to invite you to reach out to us if you are not certain of your salvation. The Lord is coming soon. If you have never been born again, if you just need someone to talk to about this, please reach out to us. We'd love to have a conversation with you. You can contact us at feedback@rockislandbooks.com. Thank you, and Maranatha, may the Lord richly bless you.